Hello, yogis. Thank you for joining me. This class is the one to come to if you just need to chill out. This is designed to get us back into balance. If you've maybe been away from your mat for a while and just need to kind of ease back into things, or if you're starting to feel the buzz of summer and all the activities beginning to increase and you just need a timeout, this will be the class to come to. Grab 2 blocks. I've got mine ready already. We'll need those at the end of the class. And I'm going to sit on a folded blanket. So we will start in a seated position. If you'd like a little extra comfort, grab a blanket or sit on a block, and I'll meet you on your mat. So take your comfortable seat, and we're just going to take easy cross-legged pose, Sukhasana. I'm going to line up my ankles and just allow my knees to fall open wide. Find your sit bones and root them down. And then from the base of the spine, just begin to rebuild yourself, getting nice and tall, lifting up through the crown of the head, and just inviting your shoulders to relax down and away from your ears. So if you've been really busy already and you just haven't had a moment to kind of get settled, this class is going to help us really drop into ourselves and the present moment. So the pace is going to be a little bit slower. We're just going to invite our bodies to kind of de-stress, chill out, and get centered. So find your seat, close your eyes, and let's just begin to tap into our breath. So we'll begin with our mouth closed, breathing in and out through our nose. It doesn't have to be anything powerful, maybe more just like watching yourself naturally breathe in and out through the nose. I want you to begin to explore bringing your full attention to the act of breathing. And just see what that feels like over the next couple of breaths. Where you're really tracing that breath as it draws in through your nostrils. You feel it draw against your throat, filling the lungs. And then you can trace the breath out as you feel the lungs begin to empty, and you're pressing the breath back and out through the throat and the nostrils. And just begin to create a steady rhythm, right? Maybe taking a little more control of the breath now. Just inviting in a nice full in-breath, seeing how full you can actually get. And then gently letting that breath release, drawing your navel towards your spine to empty out. Can you keep your attention, all your awareness on this beautiful act of breathing? And do you notice how the thoughts begin to slow down, how the body begins to settle, and how we find all the external things starting to drop away? This is the beauty of following our breath and sitting, taking that pause, because we drop into the present moment, which for most of us is lost during our day. We're usually out, forward, somewhere in time, or revisiting the past. But when we sit and we focus and we breathe, we find ourselves present. There's so much going on in the world right now that we just don't have any idea of where it's going, right? Kind of unprecedented times for us. And there's a sense that, we are fearful of that. It can definitely produce stress, the unknown. But as we sit in our practice, as we come to our mats, it teaches us to be able to sit with the unknown, to be able to find some resilience, right? As we work through things, as we move and breathe. So wonderful practice just to sit, to know that there's much that we can't control in our lives, but what we can control is our breath and our reaction to things. how we show up. Finding that rhythm, really concentrating on the exchange of breath in and out through the body. Feel the body change shape as you breathe in, as the ribs, front and back and side open up. And feel how it changes again as you breathe out, everything pulls in. Good, let's take one more breath in. And one more conscious breath out. Continue to breathe in and out through the nose. Let's bring our palms to meet in front of our heart center. Your eyes can ease open here if you'd like, or you can keep them closed. Take a breath in, press the palms together and lift them up towards the sky. Just let the back of the head drop here. Reach out of your waist. As you exhale, draw the thumbs down towards your heart and drop your chin towards your chest. Take a moment here to just bow towards your heart space. Recognizing the heart, tapping into that wisdom, maybe setting an intention for your class tonight or whenever you're practicing. And then we'll ease the eyes open, look forward, and take a deep breath in as the arms reach up and overhead. Turn the palms to face one another and relax the inner shoulders and relax the muscles around your jaw. Drop your left hand behind you, reach for that left elbow with your right hand, and let the fingertips start to crawl down your back. So we're coming into a really yummy shoulder joint opener here. Take this as far into it as feels right to you. You don't have to go super deep. For those who want a little bit more, you can release the right hand and bring the back of the palm either to the sacrum or up the length of the spine to find those other fingertips. Maybe you can catch the fingertips, and then you'll draw both of the elbows away from one another. Wherever you are, I want you to just breathe into that left shoulder joint. We're starting to wake it up. Send some positive breaths there while keeping your spine nice and long. Breathing into all the sensations you're feeling here. Beautiful. Good, take one more breath in. And as you exhale, wherever you are, let's reach both arms up and overhead. Breathe in, and on the exhale, twist to your right, bringing that right arm behind. Left hand comes to the outside of your left or right thigh. As you breathe in, lengthen your spine. Reach up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, turn from your belly button. Wrap your ribs around, maybe roll that right shoulder back and take your chin back as well. Try to keep your chin parallel to the floor, not dropping down, but lifted. Breathing in and breathing out as we wake up the spine, detoxifying it through the twisting motion. Now keep your left hand anchored here and the right arm is going to float up overhead. Breathe in. As you exhale, lean out and over your left thigh. So you're reaching out at a diagonal here. Keeping that right sit bone ground down, lift out of your right hip and reach all the way over to the left. Big side body stretch, getting into the low back as well. Now as you come up, crisscross your arms right at the elbows and then bend at the elbows and bring them up to about shoulder height. From here, you can either grab your shoulders, opposite shoulders, or place the backs of the hands against one another, or maybe find that double wrap, bringing your palms to meet. This is called Eagle Arms Skandasana. Big shoulder joint opener, especially for the backs of the shoulders. You should feel the blades on your back starting to pull apart here. Now take a nice breath in, press the forearms away from you. As you breathe out, tuck your chin to your chest and relax the tops of the shoulders down and away from your ears. Breathe in here. Exhale, now pull your elbows down towards your belly button and round. Find a nice roundness in your spine. Relax the tops of the shoulders and breathe into that space you're creating between your blades. Inhale now, come to rise up, lifting the elbows, arc your back a little bit, gaze up towards the sky. And as you exhale, let's pull those elbows in one more time. Feeling the shoulders opening up. Good, let's inhale, lift yourself up here. As you exhale, we're gonna unwind the arms and take them back behind us. So ground your hands with your fingertips facing your sit bones and press the heels of the hands all the way into the mat back behind you until you feel a nice stretch in your wrist creases here. Wrap your shoulders back onto your back and spread your collarbones open nice and wide. This should feel really good, chest opener. We'll drop our right ear towards our right shoulder and just send some breath into that left side. Just notice what you feel here. Be present with it and direct your breath there if you're feeling the tightness that I'm guessing most of us feel. Good, take a nice breath in. As you exhale, you're going to drop your chin towards your chest and just make that little half arc across the front of the collarbones and then roll left ear to left shoulder. Landing here, start to breathe into the right side and without any judgment, just notice how this side feels compared to the other. This could be your open side, it could be a little more tight. Right, and then we'll drop the head back. Let's make full circles, taking it all the way around, chin down through the center of the chest. Roll this way for 2 complete rotations. Come back up towards the top, we'll pause. And then 2 rotations in the other direction. If you're like me, you're hearing all the crunchy bits start to wake up. Really good to kind of bring all that to life. All right, come on up. Let's switch the cross of our legs. Stacking the ankles, letting the knees fall open to any degree. Readjust your seat as you need to. And then let's sweep those arms overhead. Palms are going to face one another. Sit nice and tall. Bending the right elbow this time. Grab it with your left hand and just invite it to line up with the back of your head. Your fingertips just kind of reaching down the length of your spine. Stay nice and tall here. Try to keep your belly engaged, pulling it in to keep you supported. And then just staying here, feeling out this side right here, if that works for you, or if you'd like to go deeper. The back of the left hand can come to the sacrum as you wrap that left shoulder back, or maybe the fingertips crawl up in search of the right fingertips. If you make that connection, draw your elbows in opposite directions, lean your head back into your forearm, and just breathe. Sitting, right, with what we feel, learning that state of resilience, right, where there may be discomfort, but we are present and we're breathing through it, showing up to do the work. Good, one more breath in wherever you are. And then as you exhale, we'll go ahead and lift both arms up and overhead. Feel that release, right? Blood flowing freely. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twisting to your left this time. The right hand hooks outside of the thigh. Left fingertips back behind you. Press into the finger pads as you lengthen your spine. Breathe in, pull up through the crown of the head. Keep the length as you breathe out and twist. Rotating from your belly button. Send your ribs around. Wrap that left shoulder back. And then maybe the chin moves as well. Breathe nice and deep here, but notice how the breath is a little bit more challenged when we twist. You can feel the constriction. Lengthening as you breathe in and deepening the twist as you breathe out. Now, press the back of the right hand into the thigh and lift the left arm up, nice and light here. On the exhale, you're going to lean off to the right. Leaning out and over your right thigh and knee at a diagonal. Keeping that connection through the left sit bone and lifting out of your left hip. Grow long out through the fingertips. Feel that yummy stretch along your left side. And then as you inhale, come up and cross your elbows in front of you. bend there, and then find your eagle arms on this side. So options again, you can grab your shoulders, you can bring the backs of the hands to meet, or double wrap and let the palms find one another. Just work it out for you on this side. Now breathe in and press the forearms away from your face. And as you breathe out, tuck your chin to your chest and just round, hollow out the belly. And feel that deep stretch right in the middle of your back, upper back, between the blades. Breathe in again here. And on the exhale, let's go ahead and pull the elbows towards the belly button. And then soften those shoulders away from your ears as you lean back even more. Really, really tap into that sensation of opening the back. Now on your next breath in, let's lift the elbows. Take the fingertips up towards the sky, lean back, arc the spine a little here. And as you exhale, let's go ahead and round. Pull in one more time. Stay here and breathe. Actively pull your shoulders, the heads of the shoulders down and away from your ears. Create some more space there. Good, and then inhale to lift up. As you exhale, let's unwind and go ahead and take your fingertips back behind you one more time. We're gonna lean back so that we can release our feet forward. And we're gonna come up, pushing into our finger pads onto our toes and drop our knees down. So if you had a mat or a blanket on your mat, go ahead and take that off to the side. And I'll turn to the side so you can see me here. We're coming into toes pose. So your all 10 toes are going to be tucked under. Your heels are lifted and you're going to sit right on top of your heels. So this is a nice stretch for our quads. It's also a big stretch for all the muscles in our feet. If this doesn't work for you, you're welcome to come onto the tops of the feet and just sit on your heels or even slide a block underneath you. But do the work if you can. Coming on to all 10 toes. We want to open up the soles of the feet here. You can rest your hands on your thighs. Stack your shoulders over your hips. A nice vertical spine here. Send some breath into your feet. Give yourself permission to feel the feels, but then to show up and to be here, present with all the sensations. Let's take our hands together in front of our hearts, thread the fingers through, and just gently start to figure 8 the wrists. So really lovely little wrist roll here. You can reverse the direction as we kind of send some love and awareness into our foundations. Hands and feet. Good. And then release that. We'll go ahead and lean back so that we can lower our sit bones onto the mat. Scoot yourself towards the center if you are not already, and keep your knees bent with your heels in line with your sit bones. We'll go ahead and grab onto our shins. And as we breathe in, lift your heart. So find a cow sensation with the spine here. The heart pulls forward and up, the shoulders draw down the back, right? We feel this openness across the front of the chest. As we exhale, find cat shape. So you're gonna lean all the way back, hollow out the belly and tuck your chin to your chest. Try to straighten your arms so that you get that full opening through the spine. And then moving between the two, inhale, lifting your heart space. You may want to close your eyes to kind of tap into your breath and your movement. Exhale as you lean back. Make this really fluid and link your breath to your movement. So whatever that pace looks like for you, just follow it. We're not in a hurry here. We're asking the spine to open up, and this may feel really, really good if you've been sitting all day. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift the heart here. Now release the grip from the shins and stretch your arms forward, actively reaching the fingertips towards the top of your mat. Tuck your chin to your chest, and on an exhale, we'll start that slow roll down, letting one vertebra at a time release to the floor. Once you land the back of the head, Draw both knees into the chest and just cup your kneecaps with your palms. Keeping your legs together, start to make circles, just to massage out the low back and sacrum here. Again, this could feel really good if you have been in a seated position. We'll reverse the direction, just take it around. Awesome. And then right knee will stay in as the left leg extends. We'll flex both feet, and you're going to actively draw your knee towards your right shoulder. So try to squeeze that thigh bone in. Relax your tailbone down. Just feel the yumminess of this stretch. Really, really delicious. Getting right into our hips. Press out through your left heel. Just breathe, relaxing the shoulders down and away. And then on your next breath in, let's extend that right leg up. So don't worry if it's not straight, right? We're getting into the hamstrings and just feeling it out. So they're probably pretty tight right now. Feel free to point and flex your foot just to help encourage those big muscles to start to loosen up. Maybe roll the ankle out as well, whatever feels good. Oh, yeah. And then we'll open the arms out to a T. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let that right leg just fall open to the right. And then you're gonna make a half circle as it draws down towards your left foot. Good. Let it hover over the mat, foot is flexed. Inhale, lift the right leg up, nice and slow, we're not in a hurry. As you exhale, let it fall open to the right, and then create that little half arc down to meet your left foot. Hover and hold. Again, inhale, lift it up, nice and slow, keep your foot flexed. As you exhale, we're opening up the hip here. Maybe you got a good pop or release through this movement. That's kind of what we're here to do. Let's do one more. Inhale to lift it up, opening up our joints, and then exhale off to the side and then around and down. Good. Now draw the right knee into the chest and slide your left heel in. We're going to place that right ankle onto the left thigh for figure 4. So you can start with your left foot grounded, and you can simply press that right inner thigh away with your right hand. This can feel really good and maybe all you need tonight. We're trying to lengthen that space from our right hip down towards our right knee. If you'd like to go a little bit further, lift your left foot off the ground and thread your fingers through either behind your left thigh or onto your left shin, either way. You're going to be drawing the left thigh or shin in towards you as you work to draw the right knee away. So creating a little tension here, opening up that right side. It should be really apparent that we're stretching the piriformis, our glutes, and that IT band, our right outer hip. So send all your love and awareness there. Let the muscles in your jaw relax here, hips and jaw. There's a connection there. So try to soften as we open. Shoulders relax as well. Good, take a nice breath in. On the exhale, lower the left foot. Now keep the shape of the legs exactly as is, and let your right foot just drift all the way off the mat to the left. So legs stay exactly the same. Left hand will come to the inside of your right thigh. Your right arm is going to reach overhead. Now gently press that right thigh away from you and really feel a yummy elongation along this right side. You can turn your chin to the right as well. Breathing in and breathing out. Goodness, that feels good. All right, and slowly bring yourself back. And we'll hug both knees into the chest once again. Take any movement that you would like, or maybe just feel the lift of your sacrum off the mat as you draw your knees and your thighs into you, creating a nice little ball shape. Feels really good. And then we'll switch sides. That right leg is going to extend as your left knee comes into your chest. Lifting the knee up towards the shoulder. I'm going to flip around so you can see me on this side. Flex that right foot and really press the heel away from you. Draw that left thigh in as close as you can, and then just relax the sacrum and the low back to the floor. Let your shoulders get soft as well, and relax any tension in your face. It should feel really good. Couple of breaths here. Breathing into this side. Good, and as you are ready, gently begin to straighten that left leg. So again, there's no extra points for a super straight leg. You do you, whatever that looks like. We're inviting these big muscles in the back of the legs to open up. Again, you are welcome to point and flex your foot. Might feel really nice just to get a little movement also in your ankle. You can roll here in one or both directions. Just try to guide your thigh a little bit closer towards you as you feel yourself starting to open up. Right, but we're not forcing anything. This is gentle. Our breath is deep. Good. And then we'll release the hands out to a T. Take that deep breath in on this side. As you exhale, we're going to let the leg float out to the left and then make that half circle all the way down to meet the right, floating over the mat. Good. Inhale, slowly lift the left leg back and up. Exhale as you lower it off to the left, and then that half arc, sweeping it around to meet the right foot. Hover it here. Let's do two more. Inhale as you lift. Notice how your core is working here. Exhale, feel that lengthening of the inner groin muscles, inner thigh, and then feel the rotation in the hip as you move the leg. One more here. Inhale as we lift up. And then exhale as we let it fall out to the side. Bring it all the way down and around to meet the right foot. And then draw the left knee back and into the chest. Slide your right heel in, keep the knee bent, and then place your left ankle onto your right thigh. You can stay here with that right foot grounded and gently press the left thigh away. This is a nice place to start. You can stay here, or if this side invites it in, go ahead and bring that right foot up. Interlace behind your thigh, maybe the shin on this side, and find that little traction feeling. Right thigh pulling in as left thigh draws away. Whatever works for you on this side. Let's keep both of our feet flexed. Keep our breath focused on opening up that left hip crease, left hip joint. Keeping the shoulders relaxed and the jaw soft. Breathing in and out. Lots of tension builds up in our hips when we sit all day long. We need to do this kind of stretching on a regular basis. This is good medicine for the body, keeping the synovial fluid flowing, which is what we need to keep our joints healthy. Take another breath in here. As you exhale, we'll go ahead and let that right foot drop down. Now keep the shape of the legs exactly as is. We're just going to let that left foot drop off to the right. Right hand finds the left inner thigh and left arm reaches up and overhead. Gently press that left thigh away from you and feel yourself just lengthening open on the left side. Should feel really good. Try to relax into this as much as you can. Take this as deep as feels right for you here. Beautiful. And then slowly bring yourself back to center. Let's draw both knees into the chest. Give yourself a good squeeze. And then with your hands behind your thighs, tuck your chin to your chest. Let's rock forward and back. Just a couple of times. Should feel nice to give the spine a good release here. Beautiful. And we'll make our way up and into a tabletop position. So go ahead and stack yourselves in tabletop. We're going to take our shoulders right over our wrists. You want to square your wrist creases off to the top of the mat, and you want to stack your hips right over your knees. Right toes are going to move back behind you. Plug them into the mat and just drive your right heel away for a nice calf stretch. Should feel really good. If you feel inclined to move, you're welcome to just rock forward and back on the right toes, giving the ankle a little love here. And then bring yourself back to center. We'll lift the right leg up to hip height. Wrap the front of the right hip down and press through that right heel. Toes are pointing down towards the mat. Engage your belly and float your left arm forward and reach the fingertips out and away from you. Your arm is in line with your left ear. Your gaze is down towards the mat. Your neck is in line with your spine, and you're feeling this long line of energy from fingertips to heel. Breathe in, feel the wobbles. Find your steadiness by finding your core. Engage it and hug into the center line. Good. Let's release release your left hand down and go ahead and bend your right knee. So you can stay here and just feel that nice kind of muscle contraction right at the glute. Or if you'd like, take the left hand back behind you, reach for your foot and press your foot into your hand. Lift your chest and look forward out past the top of your mat. Feel the wrapping of your left shoulder back behind you. Go ahead and press the foot into the hand a little more. Nice big quad opener here. Breathe in. On the exhale, the left hand comes down. We're going to swing our right foot out 90 degrees. So hopefully you can see I'm landing the whole sole of my foot onto the mat with the toes pointing forward, and the edge of the foot is parallel to the edge of the mat. Now ground down, start to feel a stretch in your inner thigh here, and walk your hands forward, keeping your hips stacked here. Find puppy pose or Anahatasana with your upper back, and start to melt your chest down as you ground through the outer edge of your right foot, and you ground through your left knee. Big, big shoulder and chest opener here. If you'd like, let the forehead melt down. Feel all the feels. As you exhale, try to let something go here. It could be tension in your shoulders. It could be that sensation in your inner thigh. Let something go. If you're still in the office or making dinner, come back to your mat. This is where you need to be. Good. Find your breath again if you traveled away. And then lift yourself up and let's walk the hands in, nice and easy. We'll bring that right knee back in underneath the right hip and just take a few little cow cats or easy barrel rolls just to kind of cleanse the body from that one sequence. Setting ourselves up to do the same thing on the other side. So let me go ahead and flip around for you. Squaring yourself off in tabletop, slide the left toes back, plug them into the mat, and drive your left heel away from you as you go deep into your left calf. You feel this in your Achilles, in your ankle. Maybe you'd like to move forward and back a little bit, giving the ankle a little movement and mobility. Always feels good. And then coming to stillness, let's go ahead and lift the left foot up. Flexing it, you're going to roll the front of the left hip down, square the pelvis off, and press into the left hand to release the right arm forward. Find your length on this side. Find your breath and your steadiness. Looking down at the mat, reaching out through the heel and out through the fingertips. Find that connection between your front and back body. Feel the wobbles. That's your body just trying to find homeostasis, balance. Breathing in and breathing out. Now bend the back knee. You can either bring the right hand down and just feel that squeeze of your glute, or the right hand can come back to meet the foot. If you make the connection, press your foot actively into your hand. Lift your chest and roll your right shoulder back. Round through your left hand. Opening up the chest, feeling that deep stretch in your quad. One more breath. On the exhale, right hand comes down. Swing your left leg out to the left 90 degrees. Plug the edge of the foot into the mat. Hopefully you can see me here. And then as you're ready and you feel grounded, keep the hips stacked and walk the fingertips forward, melting the chest down. Vadakanasana with the upper body, puppy pose. A deep inner thigh stretch with the lower body as you ground into your left foot. Relax your shoulders here. Stretch open the chest. Breathing in and breathing out. Let something go. Good, lifting the head, walk the hands in, and just bring that left knee back and underneath you. Palms will walk a shoulder or one palm print forward of the shoulders. Tuck the toes under and let's find our first downward facing dog. Since this is a chill class, you may just want to move really slow. You may not want to move at all. Just keep your breath moving. That's the most important part. Ground down through your hands. Maybe bend the knees to see if you can get a little extra lift in the sit bones. And as you feel the spine lengthen, keep that and then try to straighten the legs, floating the heels down towards the floor. Wrap your tricep muscles in towards your face. Keep those arms active. Pull your belly button in and up and press your ribs back towards your thighs. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Now let's lift the right leg up. I'm going to switch. We're going to bend the knee and open the hip here. Just take a moment here. If you feel like movement, you're welcome to move, or maybe you would just like to stay still. Drawing that heel over to the left side, lifting the right knee up. Look forward as you take a breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to step your foot wide to the outside of your right hand. Gently bring the left knee down, setting up for lizard pose here. Now pick up your right toes and angle them off the mat. So you want to keep your knees stacked over your ankle here. This is going to invite in more sensation in the hip. You can stay here upright, or if you would like, find a block or a blanket and come on down for a few breaths. Just find what works for you and close your eyes and drop into the pose. Lots of sensation in that right hip joint. You may also feel the beautiful stretching out of your left hip flexor. See what you can do to kind of soften around this pose, right? We don't want, again, to be struggling. We're going to replace resistance with acceptance and just breathe wherever you are tonight, whatever your body is showing up with. Finding that mixture of effort and ease, really trying to let go of what we impose on ourselves, the limitations that we make. Let go of that and just be present with what's happening with you right now. Good. Now slowly bring yourself upright And we're going to stretch the hips back and straighten this front leg. So keep the toes at an angle and just pull the hips back. So coming into a little variation on half Hanuman. I'm pulling my right toes back towards me. You can point them away, whatever feels good, but you'll notice this a little bit more in the outer hip. Also in the hamstring, of course. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remember, we're not in a hurry to go anywhere. This is deep stuff. Just be present. Maybe smile, that helps too. Good, now re-bend the knee and heel toe the foot back to the middle of the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and we're gonna pivot to the long side of the mat, dropping that left heel down. So before you go anywhere, arch to heel alignment here, warrior two legs. Your right hand is gonna sit right inside of your right foot, and you're gonna lean your right shoulder into your right knee. Tuck your right sit bone underneath you. So draw it back towards your left heel. And then bow and arrow style, start to draw your left elbow and arm up as you turn open to the long side of your mat. Continue to lean back and into your knee. Continue to wrap your right sit bone underneath you and continue to open up across the front of the chest. Breathing here. Feel that deep, deep lunge happening. Now a nice slow transition here. We're going to sweep your top arm forward, down, and all the way back towards your left foot as you straighten your right leg and bend into your left knee. I'm on the ball of my left foot, Skandasana. So that right hip joint that was in the lunge now gets to stretch out in this pose on this side. You're welcome to keep both hands on the ground for balance, or you may want to challenge your balance by sitting upright and bringing one or both hands to the center of your chest. Anjali Mudra, breathing here, engaging our core, engaging our gaze, our drishti, and our breath. Take another breath in wherever you are. And as you exhale, hands will come down. We're just going to take a quarter turn towards the opposite end of the mat and step back to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Close your eyes and just notice how that right side is feeling compared to the left. Can you tap into that sensation, right? The warmth, the openness. And now let's bring that to the left side as we balance ourselves out, lifting the left leg up, reach it high, bend the knee and open the hip. So let your heel drift off to the right side as your knee lifts up. Again, you're free to move here or just enjoy the beauty of the stillness, working with your joints in this manner. Keep grounding through your hands. Breathe into this shape. Good. On your next breath in, look forward. On the exhale, step wide. Left foot to the outside of the left hand, lizard on this side. Go ahead and lower the right knee down. Pick up your left toes and angle them off the mat, keeping the knee and the ankle in line with one another. Now you're welcome to stay upright. This could be just plenty for you, or you're welcome to come on down with a prop or without. Just spend a few moments here. Keep your breath flowing. You may notice that it gets choppy when we're in a more challenging pose, or if you're feeling tightness and you need to kind of settle in or open up. Just stay with a steadiness, whatever that feels or looks like to you. The body will open.
We just have to give it the time and the right conditions. Not being in a hurry is one of them. Notice how this side feels for you. If you need to adjust, you're always welcome to. Let's take one more breath in here. Take a long exhale out. Good. Now start to lift yourself up, placing the hands onto the mat. Keep your toes at the angle and go ahead and shift the hips back as you straighten that left leg for our little half Hanuman variation on this side. I'm angling my toes out and back towards me. I'm keeping my chest lifted, and I'm breathing deeply into the back of my left leg. Envision tugging your left hip crease back as you stretch out these big muscles in the back of your leg. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. I'm going to turn around now from here. We're going to go ahead and rebend into our knee and heel toe that left foot back towards center. Pick up the right knee and drop the right heel all the way down. Now look for a heel to arch alignment, so readjust your feet as you need to. And then the left hand plants right inside of your left foot. Lean your left shoulder into your left knee. Wrap your left sit bone back and underneath you. And then bow and arrow style, start to lift your right elbow up towards the sky and go ahead and open up into this modified side angle pose. Really work on pressing into that back foot. Leaning back, opening up the chest. Feeling everything working here, deep, deep work. Breathe into your shape. Keep dragging your left sit bone towards your right heel. There's Blue. Take one more breath in. Hi, Bluesy. Exhale, we're going to release that top arm forward, down, and then all the way back as we bend into the right knee and extend our left leg long. Coming into Skandasana on this side, on the ball of the right foot, on the heel of the left. Big stretch for your inner groin. Fingertips to the floor, or maybe you try to bring your hands together in front of your heart. Either way, stay present. Lots of wobbles. Know that you're building strength. Know that you're building resilience. Right? What we practice on our mat is so helpful for how we show up off of it. Good. One more breath. As we exhale, let's bring the hands down. Take that quarter turn back towards the top of your mat, and we'll step back to plank pose this time. You can keep your knees down if you'd like. Dome that space between your shoulder blades as you press the mat away. Lift your belly button in towards your spine and up towards your heart. Your neck is nice and long, in line with the rest of the spine. Tailbone draws towards your heels. Press your heels away. Hug your energy in towards center. Gently rock forward on the toes and gently release all the way to the belly, untucking the toes. Take your hands off the mat and tense your fingertips. Cactus your arms and stack your elbows over your wrists. Press the tops of the feet, the thighs, and the front of the hips into the floor. As you inhale, press into your finger pads and start to roll yourself up like a serpent, lifting the crown of the head last. Feel your spine lengthening. Feel the lift from your navel up towards your chest. Breathe in. On the exhale, lay yourself back down like a serpent, just rolling through. Let's do that again. Inhale, serpent style. Press into your finger pads. Rise up. As you exhale, let's drop that right shoulder, twist and look over the left. Stay here for a breath or two. Just notice that sensation in front of the right shoulder. Really delicious opening here. Inhale with intention, rise back up. Exhale, lower down like a serpent, bringing yourself back and down. Last time, inhale, roll yourself up. Find your length. Exhale, twist to the right as you drop the left shoulder down. Look over the right shoulder and breathe into whatever you're feeling here. One more big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale as we rise up through center gap long. And exhale, lay yourself all the way down. And slide your hands alongside your lower ribs and let's press back to child's pose. Your knees can be together or they can be wide. You're welcome to stretch your arms alongside of you with the palms facing up, giving those shoulders a bit of a break here. Let your forehead connect to the ground. Feel the deliciousness that you're creating in your back, especially after our back bends. Come back into the ease and the steadiness of your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Stretch your arms forward if they were behind you. And then roll yourself up. We're going to tuck the toes and just lift the hips coming into a forward fold. Feet should be underneath your hips, toes pointing forward. Let's go ahead and just dangle as we lengthen out our spine. The head should be nice and heavy. The backs of the legs should be pretty open right now, so you might feel like you can come into this pose fairly deeply. Options include grabbing opposite elbows and swaying. Maybe you even grab the opposite elbows behind your calves or ankles and draw yourself in, going for a super deep stretch. You could also find an arm bind, lifting your palms up and overhead. Whatever works for you here, let's just invite in a little bit more opening into our back body, wherever we are. And then release if you have any kind of bind. Let's take a half lift. Extend the spine long. So nice flat back here. You want to gaze forward and down, pulling those shoulder blades down your back. Take a nice breath in, belly's nice and firm. And then exhale, just soften the knees and fold. Roll yourself up to stand. Nice and slow, feel the bones start to stack. And as you rise up, just float your arms all the way overhead, feeling that length. Exhale, let your hands float right back down to your heart. Soften the tops of the shoulders. Beautiful. From here, we'll just open our feet wide, turn the toes out. And then you want to bend your knees and have those knees stack right over your ankles. Coming into a goddess pose, right? A nice, gentle hip opener. Lengthen your tailbone down, get as low as you can. Keep the spine long and keep yourself aligned, shoulders right over your hips. Breathe into what you're feeling here. Maybe a little sway from side to side if your body would like a little movement. But we don't need to do too much here to just feel what's going on. We're working the knees wide, right? Trying not to let them do this, but this instead. If it's helpful, you could always slide your elbows down and press your knees a little bit wider. Just keep your spine long here. Breathe. Lengthening from tailbone to crown, wherever you are, upright or in this position.
One more breath in, good job. And then slowly press into your feet, rise up, sweep the arms up and overhead. And exhale one more time, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Step your feet in, take them hips width distance apart. Come to the top of your mat. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Come all the way down. Lift up halfway. And then come up onto the balls of your feet. Bend the knees and tuck and round. Lifting your heels, dropping your tailbone. Stretch the tops of your feet all the way forward as you draw your chin towards your chest. And then slowly release out of that and come on down. Here comes the juicy part. So this is like the candy. I'll turn around actually. I'm going to show you how to stack up your blocks for this part. We're going to bring one block at the top, tallest height. This is going to be for the back of your head. And then one block either long, like you're creating a T, or it could be lengthwise. So this is on the middle height, tall and middle height. This is going to be where your shoulder blades will rest, and this will be for the back of your head. So you're going to come to turn around with your back facing your blocks and slowly ease yourself down until you find that first block. So you want it at about shoulder blade or bra strap height, okay? Leaning back and onto that. Then you'll test out the distance of your second block, which should support the back of your head. Oh my, this feels really good already, okay? So it may take a few moments to adjust and to get into that sweet spot. But once you're there, you'll feel this delicious opening across the front of your chest. Opening up the heart, now let your arms just fall open. Let the palms face up. Options for the legs, you could keep your knees bent. You could walk your legs wide, and you could let the knees fall in for constructive rest. You could extend your legs long here. This also feels really yummy. Or if you're still in the mood to open up your hips, find Vadakanasana, Supta Vadakanasana. Vadakanasana legs, the soles of the feet meet, the heels draw in, and your knees open wide. You will feel this, if you take this variation, all into your groin, your hips, right? A beautiful stretch there, but also this wonderful heart and chest opener. Wherever you are, melt yourself into your mat and your blocks and kind of give yourself over to your props. Trust that you are being supported. Trust that your body weight can yield into the surfaces below you. And then let everything soften here. You can let go of your breath control. If you haven't already, please close your eyes and just let your mind begin to wander, not paying any attention to where it goes. It's the job of the mind to move around, but we can control that. We can ignore it. We can pay attention and pick and choose what we want to follow, right? And in this case, you just want to be. Letting the thoughts pass, they're not inhibiting you in any way. Your job here is to just relax and open and receive. This is time for you to integrate and to receive the gifts of your practice. Let the doing be done and let the being take over. Just being, receiving, opening. Allow your breath to simply flow. Each exhale, see if you can just drop into the pose a little bit more. Giving yourself permission to really let go. This is the type of pose that you could potentially be in for a long time. And you are certainly welcome to stay here for as long as time allows you. Remind yourself there's no rush, no hurry. Your self-care and your well-being is just as important as everything else on your list. And if self-care isn't at the top or close to the top, it should be. Notice how the body starts to relax even further, and your breath really begins to slow down. This is where all the beautiful magic starts to happen. Good. Over the next few breaths, begin to transition out of this pose. So just keeping the eyes closed, let your body awareness start to come back. Taking in sounds and sensations around you. Perhaps you'd like to stretch your legs long if you took one of the other leg positions, just to release the hips. And maybe you'd like to take your arms overhead, interlacing at the palms and just flipping them and pressing them away, as if you were taking a full body stretch on top of your blocks. Oh. Good. Release your arm bind and place your hands to the outer hips. Elbows press into the mat. Tuck your chin towards your chest and bring yourself up. Nice and slow. Nice and slow, because you might feel a little dozy like I do. Oh, such good stuff. Come back to your seat. We'll find it one last time. Drawing yourself into whatever position feels good for you. Take your hands together in front of your heart space and close your eyes. Notice how your body feels. Thank yourself for showing up. Taking the time to pause, to relax, to hit that reset button, to chill out. So as we move further into this Gemini season, expect all the activity that comes with the sign, and know that sometimes the best medicine for that, rather than getting all ramped up, is to chill out. So find your way to this practice whenever you need to hit that pause button. It was my honor to guide you. Thank you so much for showing up. Let's bring our thumbs to the third eye center and bow to one another to honor the light within us all. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me. I hope this practice served you well. Whenever you need to find chill, to relax, please come back and visit this. Please like, share, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again on this channel. Thank you, my sunshine yogis. Namaste.